Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are gonna learn how to do chains. We already been through how to do our slip knot, which I'm gonna show you right now again, and how to hold our yarn and all of those sort of things. So it's time to move on and start with the chain. So remember to do our slip knot. We will put it in between our index and our middle finger. Hold it with your thumb. You take the tail of your yarn, you put it across both of the fingers. Make an X, hold it with your thumb again, hold the tail with your ring finger, pull your hook underneath and pull your yarn, and there we are creating our slip knot. Really easy peasy. And then we pull a little bit just tighter, and then we got it in our hook. All right. Now, I show you next week. This is the tail of our yarn. We're gonna put it aside. We don't want that on the way. We care about the one that is connected with the ball, yeah? So, we have to hold that yarn. At the beginning, we are gonna hold both. You're gonna see it right now, but this is the way how I show you how I hold my own yarn. You can do it the other way I showed you last week as well, which was putting across your fingers. It's entirely up to you. But you need to use your index and your thumb right now to work with that yarn at all times, okay? I'm gonna be as close as I can so you can see. So you're gonna put that yarn over your hook, you're gonna hold the tail, and then you're gonna bring that slip knot that in the next few more it's gonna become chains, okay? You're gonna bring that to the end of your hook. Sorry, I make it really tight. Don't make it super tight, otherwise it's not gonna work. But leave a little bit gap in there, okay? So the hook will pass through. So again, put your yarn over your hook. You hold the end of your, in this case, it's gonna be now your line of chains. And then you pull your hook through that first chain, which is your slip knot. And then you're doing your first official chain. That's chain 1, okay? The slip knot is not your chain 1. Slip knot is just a knot. There you go. You put your yarn over again, and then you hold it really tight, and then you pull through the hook, chain 2, and then again you put your yarn over your hook, you hold it there, okay? That's why you take advantage of the hook, and then you hold the end of your chains and you pull through it, and there you go. There goes another chain. So then again, once you get practice, this is all about practicing. I promise you it's easier than it looks. But you can see now, once you get used to it, it's just like, okay, pass the yarn over, pull it, pass the yarn over, pull it, and then you can make as many chains as any project might be asking you for, okay? The chains, the way to count them, you see the slip knot, okay? That knot at the end, that's our slip knot. And then you're going to see those V's. Those are the chains. The way how to count them, it's going to be, you're going to take one V is one chain, another V is another chain, so chain 2, 3, 4. Once you start working on your project more, it's going to be even more visible, those V's. Well, honestly, it depends of the stitch that we're doing, but in a regular, simple, plain stitch, you're gonna see those V's even more visible throughout the entire project. Normally, this is something to keep in mind. Every project will tell you to start from the first chain from the hook. That means you don't work in the same one from the hook. When they say that, you will go and work on the what will be kind of considered the second chain, okay? So remember that, because many people don't say those things on patterns and on tutorials. When they say like, oh, start working on your project, you don't work on the first chain that you've done over your hook. So let's say if they ask you to do 10 chains, when you do the first round, you will end up with 9 chains, if that makes, or 9 stitches in this case, if that makes any sense to you, okay? So that's a little thing to keep in mind. I'm going to teach you more about it in the upcoming videos, but like that you're going to understand it more, that first chain that you can see in there, we don't work on that one, especially not on the first chains. We will work on it once we start working on stitches, okay? Normally every single project will tell you, okay, start on the second, third, fourth, but the second will be kind of consider the third chain, if that makes any sense to you. So the first one on the hook count at 1, and then so on. It's not that difficult, I can promise you. It's just all about practice and all about paying attention and getting the correct terminology for every single project that we are doing. But you can see how easy it is to make change. It is easier than you could imagine, and it's all about a practice. Yes, there are going to be a lot of projects. They're going to come and say you have to make 100 of them. That's why we have the stitch markers. Remember from the first video about the tools that we need? You're going to use your stitch markers, so the stitch markers will mark your chains, so you will find it way easier at the time of move on in your project, how many chains you have, rather than count them over and over and over again, because they get quite small and they can be quite difficult to know. So yeah, as you can see here, I'm taking my stitch mark, and then let's say I normally count every 10. I put a stitch mark. That's my way to be faster. Some people maybe want to use bigger numbers. Depends how much is your total, I guess. But with putting it every 10, it should be more than enough for you to know, like, okay, keep going. Here, I believe when I did this tutorial, I did it on every 5, something like that. Which, again, is a way for you to practice. Which, again, it is the most important thing, okay? Practice is the key on this thing. I know a lot of you are really anxious because Christmas is coming and it seems like I'm not moving along. So I have a little surprise for you. I'm going to be posting the rest of the videos with all the stitches either on my Instagram and over here. All of them together. I'm going to put back to back one another. So please make sure you subscribe to the channel. You let me know in the comments that you like these videos, or you give me a thumbs up so I know you're appreciating these videos, not just with your views, but also with your support. It's for free, liking a video and commenting. And I hope that's going to help you so we can start doing from before we reach the 1st of December. We can start doing the really quick Christmas projects for absolute beginners. But thank you so much for passing by, and don't forget to watch the next video. Bye.